Madam President, Madam Commissioner, the Liberal Group welcomes the fact that this first of its kind trade agreement, trade negotiations between the EU and a developing country, Vietnam, have been concluded, and we think it is a good agreement. Trade as an element of the broader EU foreign policy agenda is one of the more concrete instruments and one where the European Parliament plays a leading and an important role, but we should also think of development policies. We also see that citizens are increasingly and actively getting involved with this discussion, which we welcome, and the people in Europe are very clear. They want to see human rights on the top of the European foreign policy agenda. I believe human rights are key, and I think that the EU has both the opportunity and the responsibility to lead in ensuring that universal human rights are respected worldwide. And while trade must be an important lever, it cannot in and of itself be the solution to end all suffering and problems. Listening to the public debate, sometimes people have very high hopes of the impact that trade can have. But realistically, we must do what we can. And I see this ambition and vision tying trade and values clearly reflected in the new European Commission's Trade for All agenda. Beside the anticipated boost to development and economic well-being, building on Vietnam's efforts to lift people out of poverty, I would like to know what the short-term measures anticipated are. How are human rights addressed by the European Commission in the context of trade, and how does monitoring look after the agreement enters into force? There is a lot that has to be improved in Vietnam. Free expression, free association, freedom of assembly are all controlled and under pressure. Torture and beatings unfortunately happen too regularly, and minorities, journalists, bloggers and opposition figures suffer from this. So again, concluding, these many challenges cannot only be solved through trade. We need to work and build on the human rights dialogue and show political leadership. And I look forward to continuing this discussion, monitoring what impact this trade agreement will have on human rights in Vietnam, and will continue to address it in other ways as well. Thank you.